Get ready, because this is your backstage pass
into the real and raw reality
of being a hairstylist.
I'm Hailee.
And I'm Reilly. And this is the Light After Dark podcast. You have the cool one.
Yeah. She's a little broke.
I lost the cool foamy part to mine, so if you're watching, I'm sorry. Because it's
little filter is gonna be away.
Yeah, we took them to the salon to film our guest episode. If you haven't watched, you need to. It's, I think, probably the best one yet.
Yeah, I think so.
Good. But it's disgusting.
The pop filter got lost in transit, so
yeah,
it's okay.
We're wasn't in the car, wasn't in the bag, but I'll find it eventually, or we'll buy a new one.
Exactly.
But today we're just gonna have to go without it.
So it's fine. Welcome back
to another Light After Dark episode.
I am Creations by Hailee Christine.
And I'm Reilly Ruth Beauty. Actually, it's so funny because today's episode is the first episode that is actually filmed after dark.
Yeah.
It's 1:18 a.m. right now. We're having a little girls' night.
Yeah.
We went out after work and had a little drink. We made dinner.
Made tacos.
We made tacos. We had some margaritas. It was a lot of fun. We went live for the first time on the Light After Dark account.
Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah.
It was fun.
It was a lot of fun. So now we're filming an episode.
This episode is going to be some of our crazy stories from behind the chairs and some other people's stories.
Yeah. Some of the stories I've heard, some of them I haven't, and same with you.
Correct.
So I'm excited for like our reactions, but also like just for the stories because they're kind of crazy.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't even think we have like the in-depth of like some people's stories.
Yeah.
But like salon lore goes crazy. But the stories like from in a salon are actually insane. Like, if you want a crazy time, like, go to a salon break room and, like, hear the shit that happens, like, in the salon.
And it's gonna be a lot.
Yeah. Like, regardless.
Of where you are,
good,
what's happening.
Bad, and different. Like, it's just insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, should we start with our stories or should we start with other people's?
Maybe we should start with other people's stories.
Other people's stories?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like that could be fun.
I think so, too. So, we have some other people's stories. They're not, like, super crazy detailed, but stories nonetheless.
Yeah.
So we can start with this one. This is actually my sister. She said, this is very, very short and sweet, but it says she had a client look at her own hair pre-toner and flip out because it was yellow. Classic. Everybody's hair is yellow when it fucking lifts, if not other colors.
Right.
She would not let me tone it at all and proceeded to be nasty to me about how it was yellow, and she walked out. Okay.
I mean, that one's just kind of crazy because, like, regardless of what anyone ever does, you have absolutely no control over how the hair lifts, like, ever at all. Like, even a little bit.
No. Like, even if it's, like, as high as it can get without being, like, white and falling off your head.
Right.
It's going to be yellow.
Right.
And, like, if you don't want a toner.
And that's why I like that we don't do a la carte pricing.
Yeah.
Because that's like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not the client's job to decide if they need a toner or not.
No.
Like even a little
like
bit.
If you show us a picture, if you have like a desired look in your head, you probably need a toner to get to that.
Like 1,000% you need a toner to get to, like even if someone lifts perfectly like a blonde, I'm putting a clear toner over it because it like helps the integrity of their hair.
Right.
Like
what?
The fuck?
The fuck. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I'll never understand that.
Ew.
Like, if you come to me and tell me you don't want a toner.
That's icky.
I don't care.
No.
I'm probably going to tell you you're getting a treatment. You're getting a toner.
Uh-huh.
This one says, I had a client ask for a little red added to her brown. My employee added 2% red to her formula because we knew she was picky. When it oxidized in the bowl, bright red, in parentheses, as it does, she screamed at the stylist she was stupid and is making her hair red when she tried to explain oxidization to her and she refused to listen. Then when she offered to rinse out early and just do her old formula, she said no and then left perfectly with chocolatey brown hair left quietly, paid, and tipped. After berating my team, I fired her as a client. I don't bring that bullshit in here.
Period.
As you should.
I wasn't expecting that to turn out so well. I'm actually so proud of you. Like, that's so cute and sweet.
Yeah.
Like, it ended perfectly. Fuck that bitch.
Stand your ground. As you should.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
No, you can't deal with that at all.
No.
Like, even a little bit.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
Yeah, that's actually so crazy. Like, you don't know anything about anything, and that's why, like, it's like we just fucking said, it's not the client's job to decide anything.
No.
Like, what they need and, like, what they get. Like, it's very aggravating.
And, like, some people you can explain things to, but some people you can't.
No.
Like, I remember one of the first times I did a copper, and, like, obviously the backstory of, like, I've known hair and the things that I've been told before I even started doing hair, but my sister was like, copper is processed purple. And I was like, okay, good to know. First time I processed a copper in my chair with a mirror in front of her, I was like, hey, it's going to process purple. She took it very well. Some people might not. Some people might take it and be like, you're making my hair purple.
Right. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, do you even know what you're doing?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, red doesn't mean red.
No.
It might.
Red most of the time means, like, gold and violet and, like, orange.
Yeah.
Actually.
Especially with, like, shades.
Yeah.
Shades be processing weird.
It means, yeah. Oh, my God. Recently, I've been using a lot of the pastel toners on my blondes.
Really?
And I had Izzy saying something, like, it wasn't in front of, like, an important client, but it was, like, a friend. And she was like, oh, my God, I hate, like, it turns pink. Like, I hate it. I don't like these. And, like, it's...
Izzy said that?
Yeah. And it's because she doesn't understand oxidation and, like, why it turns a weird color while it's processing. And it was so, like, I was just like, okay, Izzy. Like, it was just, like, actually so funny. Because I was like, it doesn't matter. Because, like, it looks perfect. It looks.
Yeah.
But, like, it's just like, girl, like, you just don't get it.
No.
One
you gotta
day
trust
soon.
your formula.
One day soon.
When she does hair.
When she does hair, she'll get it.
This one says, I did a highlight for 7 hours because her hair was so thick and she had black and red in her hair. So I could only get her so light. And she said she understood. Said in all capitals. After all was said and done, she said she loved it and went home. The next day, I get a text from my boss saying she called and said it was stripy and wanted a free redo. So she booked with my boss, and turns out it wasn't stripy. She just wanted a thicker money piece, and she changed her mind about what she had wanted in the first place. So she lied about the color to get it for free, and now I'm under watch because of that. That's rough.
That's really rough.
That happens a lot more than you would think.
And I'm, like, so sheltered because I've only ever worked in one very precious cutie salon.
Yes.
But I would be scared for my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my God.
The amount of times that, like, people change their mind. I've even seen that, like, still to this day, very rarely, but I have seen it. But the amount of times that I've seen it at other salons I've worked at.
Yeah.
You're not getting free hair for shit.
No.
Like, you're fucking up someone else's career because of it.
Yeah. I mean, I've definitely, like, experienced a degree of that.
Yeah.
But not to the point where, like, your bosses are watching you and, like, you're in trouble because of it. I've never been, like, in the situation of being in trouble because of it.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. Like, it's always like, they're crazy. Yeah. Like, you're fine.
Right.
Which is always reassuring, and I'm really sorry you don't have that. That must really suck a lot.
Yeah.
And I stand by, I don't think I would do hair if I didn't, like, come into it in a soft environment.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Like, I feel like I'm very that type of person. So the fact that you're even, like, dealing with that, like, period.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I would.
No. Because that's just, like, spooky.
With all due respect.
And, like, what, do you not have respect for me as, like, my boss?
No, literally. Like, why do I work here if you don't like me and you don't actually care about me?
Right.
The fuck?
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's actually really crazy. Okay, we're on to a really long story. So we actually got one from one of our girlies.
This is our cutie girl, Abby.
I'm obsessed with you, by the way, if you didn't know. And it's a long one. I didn't read it before, so this is my genuine reaction.
Same. I saw, like, little, like, clips of it like in the like Instagram preview, but I was like, I'm gonna leave it.
But we just opened it and we're like, oh my God.
It's long.
Oh my God.
I'm excited for the details.
This is our Abby girl. Her Instagram is foiled by Abby and she's from Cincinnati, if you were wondering. So
Miss Ohio.
okay. So this is when I was straight out of cosmetology school. It was my very first job as an independent stylist. My very first time working behind the chair. This encounter isn't directly with a client, but it's something that happened in our salon that I'll never ever forget. I was in the salon with a couple of other girls foiling my client when a man had walked into our salon behind another girl. The girl went to the front desk, whereas the man went straight to the lobby. My little alarm bells went off in my head for some reason, but I wasn't too worried because our salon did a lot of clipper cuts and it made sense for a man to be in there. But for some reason, I just felt unsettled by his presence. I was in the middle of foiling my client and about 10 minutes later, and I noticed somebody had acknowledged him and he hadn't asked any questions. We were always told not to interrupt our client services and that another girl in the back will take care of anybody waiting in the lobby as the receptionist wasn't there that day. But it just felt like he wasn't there for an appointment. I was on the other side of the salon, but I could feel him staring at me and looking at the other girls very strangely. He spent about 30 minutes in total in our waiting room. He would sit down, stand up, look at retail, and then pace around. He made a couple comments about the girls in the salon and how they had nice legs and that there are a bunch of pretty girls in here and random comments that are not welcome in our space.
Oh, no.
Oh, fuck. No.
That's disgusting.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. And that's just not, that's just
like
the beginning.
Not even like halfway through.
No. He did so for about 30 minutes, mumbling to himself, pacing around all the random things he did. After about 30 minutes, he grabbed his backpack and walked out the front door and just went down the building, kind of peeking in the windows, looking at me, then his left. I was super unsettled by this interaction. It made me sick to my stomach. It didn't feel right. Something felt very wrong about it. One of the girls came from the back and asked if a client just left, and I explained the situation to her and how I felt unsafe by this presence. She then looked at our book and nobody had a clipper cut that day, and we were very concerned and confused. She said if he comes back, address him and see what he wants, and we do have a panic button in the salon if anything were to happen.
That's not cool.
That is
not cool, but like
that's a good idea.
Yeah, it's not a good idea to have one.
Just so no one tries to kill us in the salon because we don't have a panic button.
Oh. R.I.P. Braun.
Literally, we're like, that's such a good idea.
We need to get Trisha and Kaylee. If you're watching, we need a panic button.
We need a panic button. Stat. Oh, God. We have a panic button. The next day is a Saturday, and I'm in the building by myself with my client.
Oh, no.
Oh, Abby, baby. There's one other stylist in the back when the front door opens. The other stylist already had a client in her chair, so we were a little caught off guard. He walks in, and then I realize it's the same guy. He looks straight in my eyes because the shampoo was right in front of the door. So he gave direct eye contact with me and gave me the creepiest smile that still haunts my dreams.
Oh my God.
I'm like sad. Like, I'm like genuinely sad at this.
I'm like in flight or fright. That's not the words. Flight or fight.
That's still not the words.
Yes, it is. Flight or
fight or flight.
Same thing. Just backwards. Oh my God.
We'll play that back. Oh my God. Another stylist in the salon did go up to him and talk to him and asked what he wanted, and he said he would love one of the pretty girls in the salon to do his hair. Our lovely stylist stated that we had no openings and that he would have to call and make an appointment. She handled the situation really well, and he did eventually leave, but he spent time outside the salon, lingering and peeking in our windows, specifically the one next to my station where he could stare at me. This whole interaction was truly terrifying. We did tell our owner, and she told the police department. We couldn't file a restraining order unless they gave him a couple of warnings, but the police department was aware, and they kept coming back and telling us that they knew who the man was. This man was released from jail a couple of days prior for multiple accounts of sexual assault on young girls.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
That's truly nothing I've ever heard before.
No.
I don't have any words. Like, this was fun, but now it's not fun anymore.
No.
Like, that's so sad. And I'm so sorry.
That's fucking terrifying.
Like, I'm so sorry. Men are so creepy and fucked up.
Like, what do you think that's okay for?
This is why we, like, work with the girls. Like, I'm so sorry.
Like, we do hair to be with the girls and to not have to deal with that shit. Oh my God.
The audacity to begin with, but then to be like, with the girls. Like, not to, like, try and make light of this, but, like, seriously?
Like, I don't have any other words besides, oh my God.
Well, we still have a paragraph.
Oh, there's more.
It just says, this was the most terrifying horror story of my career so far and still deeply unsettled me to my core. The fact he was in the building, unknown, and making all these comments about the girls when there was truly nothing we could do the first day. And then knowing he came back to do who knows what is even scarier. I felt targeted by this man as he stared at me both days intensely when I was just trying to be kind and not stereotypical. It was truly terrifying and something that still haunts me.
Oh my God. That's terrible.
I feel like I've heard so many stories about like men being like disgusting and crazy, like working behind the chair, like in cosmetology school, just like, oh, like they touch themselves, like whatever. Like, not that that's like nothing, but like I've never experienced it, but like I also like don't work with men.
Right.
Like I don't take stranger men clients. Not that she did, but like
just in general, like it's not even like open to that.
Like that's bizarre and so crazy.
But like they're still around.
Right. They still exist. I don't like them.
No. I do kind of have a thing to go off of that. Nothing to that extreme. Like that's like a story in its own. Like that's its like own thing. But when I worked at my last salon, so I had this client on my book and we would get like last minute appointments. And I had this client booked for a partial highlight. So she comes in with her boyfriend and something seems off. Like she seems like an interesting character without saying specifics. And coming in with your boyfriend, like that's not like out of the realm, but like I feel like girls come to their like hair appointment to like decompress and just like have their relaxing time.
Just like be alone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She comes in. She looks like she's like in her like early 30s probably, and he looks like he's well into his 40s. Not a terrible age gap, but it's just like it didn't seem right. So he comes in. I go up to the front. I'm like, hi, so-and-so. Nice to meet you, whatever. She doesn't really say anything. He's like, hi. I was like, okay, like we're going to go back to my chair. Like we're going to talk about what we're doing today. He was like, well, I want her to be blonde. I was like,
straight off the bat?
Straight off the bat. I was like, okay, well, we'll go and talk to her about it. Like, I'm going to go have a consultation with her. He was like, well, I want her to be blonde and don't cut her hair off. Like, I want her hair to be long and blonde and beautiful. And like, when I say well into his 40s, I'm saying like well into his 40s and creepy as fuck is what I'm saying. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go have a consultation with her. Like I said, if she wants to be blonde, then we'll make her blonde. Okay. Fast forward. I get her to my chair. He's still like lingering around the salon, like sitting in the waiting room. I'm like, I don't like this. And she's like not really talking. Like I can tell like he's very overpowering. And I was asking her questions and she was just like, yeah, like whatever he says, like just blonde, like I just want to be really blonde. I was like, okay, well, whatever, I have you booked out for this amount of time, like blah, 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 going over the logistics of things. And fast forward, I'm foiling her hair. He goes out to his truck and he's like sitting right in front of my window that I'm in. And I'm like, I sit in front of the window. Like, I'm not, like, back a couple chairs. I'm, like, right there. I'm like, I don't like this. Like, you're, like, watching me. Like, I keep, like, looking over, and he's, like, staring.
Ew.
Yeah. Ew.
Ew.
So, our, like, salon coordinator, manager, whatever you want to call, he likes the window, like, the blind to be open. Like, we had, like, a draw that we could pull down. And I was like, hey, I want to pull this down. Like, I don't feel comfortable. He was like, well, he's going to come back in here and it's going to be even weirder. I was like, I don't care if he comes in here. Then I have a reason to call the police. Like, I'm closing the blind. That's what it is. He was like, okay, whatever. So I closed the blind because I'm uncomfortable. I don't want a fucking man staring at me while I'm doing my job. Fast forward even more. I'm done with her hair. He comes back in to pay for it. She waited around for a little bit. He comes back in and he pays, and the person that works the front desk was like, he wants to talk to you. I was like, why? Like, I don't want to talk to you right now. Like, this is weird. So I go up. I was like, hi, like, how are you? Like, did you enjoy your time? Whatever, doing nothing. Obviously, I didn't say that, but you know what I'm saying. And he was like, people that aren't watching on YouTube, he was in my face and like looking into my soul. And he was like, I just wanted to thank you so much. Like, you did a great job. Next time, can we make her blonder though? I was like, thank you. Like, I enjoyed spending my time with her and doing her hair. I will make her blonder if you go ahead and book for the correct appointment time next time. And just like also stared into his soul, because you're not going to fucking look down on me. And he made it a point to take his tip in cash and put it in my hand and like touch my hand for an uncomfortable amount of time and then like dragged it away. Meanwhile, he's like still in my face.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
It was like very much so like that man, like controlling.
If there's anything I hate more, it's like a 40-year-old man who's like a loser.
Yeah.
And like doesn't know he's a loser. Like, he thinks he's so awesome.
Like, you're not.
No, so
With
not
all
awesome.
due respect, you look
No,
like a
that's so
crackhead.
bad. That's so bad. And like controlling your girlfriend for what?
Get a life.
Seriously?
Like, you were disgusting.
Poor girl.
I don't even know like how this goes, if this is gonna go in, but like they looked like they were not like the healthiest of people, as if they like took part in like recreational activities that they should not have.
Right.
Whether that's true or not, that's up to the Lord.
Right. But
that's what it looked like.
You could have assumed.
Like, and I actually remember, because I used to work the front desk at that salon, and I remember he came in like right when I started or so, and she got her hair done with another stylist.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember clocking it, and he was weird. And my manager that I worked with, we tried to call the police on him.
Really?
Yeah. And they were like, we can't do anything, because like really there is no evidence of like shit.
Right.
But
like, he's just weird.
Right. But we were like, no, he's definitely like has her hostage or something.
Right. Like, it's definitely not right.
No. Like, I had asked her, like, when I was doing her hair, I was like, so like, how did you guys meet? Like, how long you guys been together? And she was like, oh, like, we travel. Like, it was a very like
not real answer.
I was like, okay, I don't know about this.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
And I'm very happy I never have to see that man again in my life.
Yeah, that's
Fingers
terrible.
fucking crossed.
I know, right? Don't jinx it.
I know.
On wood somewhere. Knock, knock, knock.
For our 2 a.m.
Literally.
podcast. I was like, next time he comes in, I'm going to have to wear heels because he's taller than me, and I'll be damned.
Say hi.
I'll be damned if you're going to look down on me. I'll
Yeah.
fucking scare you.
Yeah, Haley's actually kind of so scary.
Yeah.
Like, I love you, but you're kind of scary.
You're not going to fucking talk
in
down
a good
to me,
way, though.
twiggy-ass creepy man.
I'm not scary, and she's so scary, so it's perfect. I feel like the only stories of like crazy people I have other than my schizophrenic that I already told in the cosmetology stories, which I feel like outrules them all. But I feel like the only other ones besides that are like things I messed up, and I feel like that's a whole other episode
That
in
is a
itself.
whole other thing.
So I don't think I can get into that.
Yeah, fair.
But I think that's my only crazy.
That's good, though. At least you don't have to deal with the shit.
No. I feel like the consultation forms really weeds crazy out because they don't even want to go through doing a form. They're like, that's crazy. I'm not doing that. But it's really like, you're crazy.
I'm not doing
and
that.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not doing that. You're crazy and I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
That's real. That's my life. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll have to just do our episode soon of talking about shit we fucked up.
Yeah.
Because I know I at least have 2 stories that I can think of right immediately, right now.
I also have 2 stories I can think of right now.
Perfect. That's a whole episode.
2 stories.
Get excited. I feel like this was a lot of fun. I feel like it was like more casual and more normal.
Yeah.
I hope it was fun.
I hope so.
That
was a crazy fucking story.
I know. I feel like it started so fun and it got kind of sad, but it's okay because that needed to be said.
And like, unfortunately, I don't think that's the only person that has experienced something fucking weird like that.
I feel like that's probably just the surface,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people have probably experienced things like that. So if you have, I'm really sorry, and I love you.
Yeah, I feel for you.
And I really hope you never experience anything like that
Ever
again. On that note, we'll see you next Thursday.
Every streaming platform, 7 a.m.
This was your backstage pass to the beauty industry.
And just BFFs living and styling
After
dark.
For real this time.
See ya.
Bye.